We're who you should be listening to, admit it. The prettiest Tiff in Carolina, get it? Love, family, and friends. This be the energy, a better understanding so we can all be complete. Each time spitting raw and unrehearsed, either in your feelings or laughing till it hurts. Love and Flaws, the show that you all need. Join us every week for the best of us, guaranteed.
Here we go.
Yes.
And the shit ain't even funny. And it's like the third time we tried this shit, and it's still funny. Ladies and gentlemen, I am Carolina Sen. Welcome to the Love and Flaws podcast. That is the absolute most prettiest overtalked Tiff in the business. I keep fucking up not recording this. I don't understand it. But anyway, welcome to the Love and Flaws podcast. I'm cracking jokes. Listen, let me apologize to everybody. I'm apologizing to Tiff. I talk over people. We had somebody complain. He talk over you too much. Absolutely right. You're absolutely 1000% right. It is a character flaw that I have, that I'm aware of, and I am trying to work on it. I promise you, it is with not ill intent. I will forget what the fuck I'm gonna say. They don't excuse it. They don't excuse it. It really don't. But it's my ADHD, ADD, gaslighting. What I don't know. And we be talking about all that shit crazy in here. Tiff, no, me and Tiff. First of all, me and Tiff is good. And no,
right.
I'm not.
Well, he is good.
I'm not talking shit to the person that said it. I'm being playful. No. I appreciate you watching us, but I am aware it's something I'm working on. I'm probably gonna joke about it throughout the whole show though, because that's the kind of I'm a joking asshole. You know what I mean?
And we good.
But yeah, this is the Love and Flaws podcast. I'm gonna raise my hand from now on when Miss Man.
So y'all see him do that, y'all know why he's raising his hand.
Oh, and because I don't know why I keep not starting it. It's recording now. It's counting off. But
yes, I see it.
Some of it is my profession that I'm in, right? Like I've worked at calls. Geico got me fucked up because in a lot of call centers, they be like, don't interrupt the customer, right? As soon as they start talking, shut the fuck up, chill out. Geico was like, nah, take control of that shit. This your call. So as soon as there's a breath,
right,
I gotta get up in there. Yeah. No. I'm the captain now. This is my shit. So, and the job where I'm at now, I'm not gonna put it out there, but like I'm a supervisor, so I take escalation calls. And if anybody who's ever had to do that understands when they mad and if you don't interrupt them, and point being is
they'll go on for hours.
Right. Point being is I'm aware. I'm working on it. If that bothers people who watch it, I get it because I watch shit and I be like, damn shit. Like Nori on Drink Champs, he don't let motherfuckers talk.
Not at all.
Me and Nori might be related.
Nori don't let nobody. He don't let the guests talk.
Right.
He be interrupting them.
He might be wanting this. He gotta get it out. That shit be fucking going. Sorry, y'all. Sorry.
It's all good.
But anyway, and before we get into the show, I said this listen, I need whoever watch it to go tag Keke Palmer, got her own network coming out. This seems shameless, but I don't care.
We rock with Keke though.
Right. She need us on there.
She does.
I love me some Keke Palmer. And she got a Keke network. What better duo? The asshole and the prettiest. The prettiest.
Stop calling yourself that.
I get it.
No, you're not.
I get it.
You're not.
So But anyways, we in here. This is like our third take tonight because I can't get it together.
No, but the energy, and I'm glad we pushing through it because the energy isn't bad. It's just that we just didn't do, you know what I
Oh,
mean?
yeah, because
But
we tried to
that
record
other
a few
night,
days.
I was like, ain't no way in the world.
Yeah, we tried to
You
record
talking to us? I ain't going nowhere. I'm staying in this house and we ain't doing this podcast.
Yeah, because we tried to record a couple nights ago, and there was all kind of signs. Like y'all don't know, but some behind the scene things. Every time I'm gonna go live at record an episode, I gotta put in a name for it, even if it's not the name of what we use or whatever. And like I hit continue without even naming it. I ain't never done that. So after we was having these vibes and nothing would work and we kept getting interrupted, and then I told Tiff that, she was like, "Oh no, you ain't got to tell me too many times." We believe we big on energy over here.
Big.
Big energy.
Big.
Tiff, I'm so excited. We got some big news. Anyway, let me tell y'all what this show's about. We are talking about cheating and getting over cheating. All right. So we watched as we do. It's okay to watch other podcasts. We understand that we your favorite, but you can watch other podcasts. I'm not mad at that. They probably don't talk over each other on the other podcasts. You know what I'm saying? And so, that's a lie though, because we see though.
Right.
Like Nori on Drink Champs. That's my brother apparently, because Nori will not let people talk at all.
Even the guests. He talk
Especially the guests. Especially the guests. He'll be like, so Tiff, when you was in Baltimore, now I just gotta get this out. When you was in Baltimore, you tell me about how it was. Go ahead.
So in Baltimore,
right, but I mean when I'm talking about the pre-Baltimore stages. Shout out to Nori. That's listen, there's a lot of people that don't know Nori is a dope ass rapper.
Oh no, like, I know.
Bars.
Yeah.
Bars.
Days.
Right. So I'm joking.
Noriega.
Not trying to get 6ix9ine out here like old boy just got welcome to Florida though. You know what I'm saying? So
he deserved it.
But we was watching another podcast and a lady got up to ask a question and she said, how long before somebody should be gotten over or have gotten over cheating?
Being cheated on, basically.
Right. And the whole panel was like, oh, you cheated, didn't you? Because you the way she asked it. And she
said, how long do you give somebody to get over being cheated on? That's what she said.
And they was like, oh, you Miss Ma'am. Yeah, okay.
The one girl was like, okay, you are definitely the cheater.
Facts. And she ain't deny it. She was just like, she laughed. She did a little cute kiki, you know what I mean?
Right.
So, and they was like, you can't put it, like, we're gonna talk about it, but they was like, you can't put a time frame on it. She was like, well, what did you do? Like, she confirmed that she was the cheater with the next response. You know what I mean? But so we're gonna talk about that. Before I let the serial marrier go.
Which I did not cheat on. Me being I did not cheat on my husband. Like
I didn't say serial cheater.
But when we're tying me being a serial marrier to cheating, it makes it seem like I only cheated one.
All I'm alluding to is that maybe, and not on your part, but like maybe that had a hand to do with some of that. You know what I mean? I would never cast aspersions on you, Tiff. You know what I'm saying? But before I let her go, I'm because I like to talk over people, I'm gonna say my part first. And I just listen. I don't want the person to be. I'm glad you watching it. I just like to talk shit. So
no, he's not gonna take it like that.
I had it happen to me. It's the third time because I keep messing up and telling this, but I took somebody back who cheated on me. Now, this person, I thought prior to them cheating, who knows? They may have been cheating the whole time. Actually, now that I think about it, I don't know. I never really got confirmation about that. I just, but I thought the little boy was mine. We talk about how men and women lie different. That's woo. We be like, yeah, I'm playing cards with the bros, and you might be at Hooters or something. Y'all be like, it's your kid. Men and women lie different, boy.
So not funny, but funny because it's true.
It's true.
And anything that has truth to it is funny.
Right. After finding out that he wasn't mine, I still stayed with her and was like, I still want to raise him like he's mine.
Right.
Then she cheated on me with his daddy. You know what I'm saying? So a few weeks
Hold on, when
later,
she cheated the second time, it was with the dad again?
Like who she cheated on me with was his father.
No, but you said she cheated on you twice. Was it both times with the father?
Oh yeah. Like after I took her back, she went back to him again, basically.
Okay.
So we had talked about this before, when we tried to record the other episode, but it was more so because of him. I was like, I need him. I want him in the house every night, safe. I know he's safe. That situation with the dad, he was still a street dude and still doing things, been locked up. Additionally, all of that, and I was like, I want him safe with me. I'll pay to get your hair, nails done each week. I just need him. I just want him in the house. So we was back together, but it was more transactional, like we talking about. Like I was simping for real.
Yeah.
But I wanted him there because I wanted him safe. You know what I mean? And so when it happened again, and she took my PlayStation. I might be more. I'm playing. I ain't more hurt over the PlayStation than him, but that stuck out. Because she took other shit and I can't even remember it. But the PlayStation,
it's so not funny.
Because then I had to go to the store and get another PlayStation. That's upsetting. You gotta rebuy some shit because your person did.
She said she took it for the baby.
Oh, we didn't talk after that for years. Like when she did that was
it.
True. Yeah. We are in a good place now, surprisingly. It took years, but we are, I consider us friends. She has apologized. She took ownership, all of that. We were both extremely young.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And she recognizes that. So I don't know where that piece came from. Because I hated her for a long time. I had a list, and she was number 2 on that list of people I wanted to unalive. So yeah. So I mean, how that came about, I don't even like how the reconciliation and being cool came about. Right. I don't even know how, but so we good. But that was my one and done. I was like, no more after that. And then as I got older too, realizing self-value and self-worth on top of it. Now, I'm the serial dater. You could be the serial marrier. I'm the serial, everybody I've ever dated, with the exception of maybe one person, has lied and cheated on me. Now, do I play my part? Have I played my part over the years and why relationships went south? Absolutely. I take full accountability on this. I bigger asshole than I am now. You know what I mean? Like I was I wasn't a hateful asshole back in the day, but I was, when I was that dude, the world revolved around me. I understand that that's how I looked at it when I was in my early 20s and shit. You know what I mean? And that probably created the animosity or the issues in some of my relationships. So I still don't think there's a reason to cheat. I think people should just leave. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I understand that I pushed people away from me. You know what I mean? So I'm not blaming people for the relationships going south. I blame them for cheating. And I think you could dip out, you know what I mean? But it's what it is. So I'm a one and done. That's it. You gotta no cheating for me. I'm not taking even if we was married and yeah. Come on, people. I'm about to touch some feelings here. Even if we was married, and that for better or worse does not include cheating for me.
Well, yeah, it doesn't mean that you are saying that gives you a pass to cheat, but if you're married, when you do cheat the first time, for whatever, like that,
First time.
you have to. Well, I'm saying when you cheat once,
you go ahead. You the
twice,
experience,
or three, whatever. Like
you the experience.
No, I say that because my second marriage, he cheated on me any damn chance he got.
Clown.
And I didn't leave him right away.
Right.
And I'm not saying people should do that, but I'm saying that
I am.
When you're married, I feel like it's it's a different level. And you're saying that now, brother, but I can guarantee you, if you got married, you would not leave your wife if she cheated on you once.
My wife cheated on me. Yeah, I married my high school sweetheart, right? And she went off to the basic training, like after we was married. Like she was like, I'm gonna go into the airport. She had never been out of the little podunk town outside of Fayetteville, North Carolina. Right. And when they started getting privileges after basic or whatever, she met somebody. She didn't want to be married anymore. That I can really say, because I was wild after that. I can really say, because she was my high school sweetheart. That's the one that like broke my heart. Like the hitch scene where he's bawling and crying. Like I was upset that failed.
Yeah.
Not just because it failed, but like it took, like I feel like it took like her dad whooped her ass when he found out we was dating, because she was half white and mixed with some native, but she was mostly white. And he found out she was dating. You know what I mean? He beat her ass with a hockey stick. She came to school bruised up. Oh yeah, we was clicked up, ready to go burn the house down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so part of me felt like, because he kicked out the house and everything, like part of me felt like, when they say you bring people come into your life for reasons, maybe my reason was to get her out of that situation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so, but yeah, so she cheated. That's the one that broke me. I've had two like that broke me like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I have never cheated. I just want to go on the record and say this guy has never cheated ever. I might move on fast. Don't get me wrong. I might move on fast. And I also something I don't do that a lot of women do, Tiff. I don't keep reserves like set up and ready the way y'all have them ready to go.
But you know what? So hold on, I'm gonna say something about that, because I feel where you're coming from. But women don't do that. Men do that to themselves. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because men are different. Women
figure out this
most
bullshit.
of the time are not gonna let a man know that they on standby and ready to go if something happens to their relationship. Men are gonna tell a woman that all the time. So it's not the woman putting them on standby, it's them putting themselves on standby. Yes. You know how many men I have said, Are you with somebody? Yes, I'm just giving an example. Yes, I'm with somebody because I'm not right now, but I'm just saying, like when I was with somebody, you with somebody, yes, I'm with somebody. Let me know if that shit don't work out because you know I'm gonna be right here waiting for you. I've gotten that over and over. So naturally, right? Naturally, if something happens in that relationship, first thing in my mind is, yo, that nigga said, like, let me holler at him and see what he doing because I'm bored or whatever. We not putting them on standby. They doing that shit to themselves. You can go ahead.
While I believe that does happen, I do believe that happens. I also believe that there are some guys that y'all talk to in your inbox. You may not technically cross the line or say anything inappropriately, but you keep their attention going so that you know you got potentials in case this don't work out.
Oh, well, I don't do that. So
I don't think
I don't do that.
I was like, I know you're different, but I know, and you know what I'm saying, the guys is like, hey, ma, you doing, you know, and you like, you're not saying nothing wrong, but you like, hey, how was your day? Like stuff that don't need to, like, you don't need people like, we can have friends, like we can go back to what, because we're going to revisit that on a very special occasion, but we can go back to that men and women can just be friends.
Right.
But you know what their intention is. You may not technically be saying anything wrong, not even misleading them, but you know that by keeping the conversation going, that's keeping their interest peaked just enough that if something happens with old boy,
right,
Facebook post, dang, didn't work out, y'all. I'm single. Now make it rain. Make it rain. Make it rain. Now make it rain. You know what I'm saying? Like, your inbox explodes.
Right, you're right. I see what you're saying.
So I don't do that. I don't have backups. I
don't do that either.
Yeah. And so I don't cheat, but so you have been cheated on.
Mm-hmm.
Was there a time frame where you was like, it's cool, I'm over it? Like, and stayed with them? Like, how long, let me ask you, how long, Tiff, was it before you was good after being cheated on?
Honestly, like maybe a couple of weeks, maybe a week or two.
And like
until I found the next one. But I'm a true believer in if you take somebody back, you have to let that go. Which was crazy because when I did that shit to him, he never let it go.
Listen, I'm not excusing it. I'm not excusing it.
Never let it go. He still talk about that shit to this day. I'm like, we're not even together.
When it hurts us differently. I'm like, just saying.
Like, he had moved on to another relationship. I moved on to another relationship. I swear to you, this is no lie. 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, my phone would ring. I would pick it up. You know, you did cussing me out, calling me all types of like, nigga, did you forget about the 20 bitches? That like 20 of them like, but I understand that it's different for men and women. I totally get that. So I don't hold it against them. But I would get over it very quickly. But see, I think too, one of the things with cheating is that unfortunately, when your partner cheats on you tend to look at yourself as what you did wrong, right? Like, what is wrong with me, as opposed to being able to be like, no, something is wrong with them. And in that particular situation, relationship, I knew something was definitely wrong with him. So I didn't take it
as personal.
Right. It wasn't like, oh my God, like I ain't shit, I ain't pretty, I didn't go through that with, I like, yo, you need to go get help. Like, we need to get you some help. Like, you got some shit going on.
Now, have you gone through that? Has that phase happened to you with others?
phase in regard to like being cheated on?
Well, nah, I mean, I know that you've been cheated on by others, but I'm saying like in
Yeah.
the aspect of like you didn't feel like it was as much them and like, oh, what the hell did I do? Am I like everything you just was saying that you knew it, that wasn't it. You knew it was him. Have you had it the
Right.
other way around where you thought you had did?
Yes. Yes.
And that
So
shit.
a long-term boyfriend and him were the only two men that I know 100% that like cheated on me. You know what I'm saying? And that I had to deal with it being like even in my face. Right. The first time it happened, oh gosh, I wasn't pretty enough. I wasn't small enough. I wasn't, I didn't dress cute enough. It was all of those things. But as I was very young. I was 21, 21 at the time. I had 2 kids. So of course I looked at myself, not to look at myself to be like, okay, what did you contribute to it? But everything was wrong with me. Nothing was him. You understand what I'm saying? Right. But as you get older, you learn, you grow. And when you start to know yourself, I didn't know myself at 20 and 21. I knew myself at 35. You understand what I'm saying? Like I knew I still had some things but I knew who I was at the core. And I'm like, I know that what he got is good. Cause I'm different. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I'm a cook you dinner and some sexy shit. With certain things that I'm gonna do. And I'm not saying that that's everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hold our house down. I'm gonna have your back. It's a lot of things that I'm gonna do. So I knew, but he also had some other issues which made it easier for me to be like, because it wasn't even him wanting to honestly be a butthole. It was he got some issues going on. Yeah. That he hadn't dealt with. So, but yeah. So for me, I got over it quickly though. But I'm a true believer. If you take somebody back, you should not be bringing that shit. I never brought it up to him. I never be like, remember that bit? Never did that until the next one came along, and I'm like, really, you doing it again? And then we would talk about that specific person, but I would never go backward.
How many times did you catch him cheating? Wow. Wow, she got to do the roll the eyes back and think about it.
Probably about 10 times. Woo. Woo. Those are the ones that I
you found out.
Right. So, and let me say this: all of them were not physical. So it wasn't just like sex, but it was things that you don't do with a woman when you're married.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Going out on dates, sleeping over their house.
Tiff.
No. I'm serious. Like one person I know he didn't sleep with. You know what I'm saying? But he stayed. And I don't want to go to because I don't want to. He was drunk and he stayed somewhere, he was in the military. I don't think he slept with her that night. I really don't. Right. I never asked. I don't care. But you shouldn't be laying up at another woman's house.
Right.
When you have a wife.
So let's dive into the heart of the question though. See, because I don't think y'all should stay, but I'm not. Listen, to each their own. You don't
think you should stay at all?
Yeah, I don't think people should stay at all. That's just me. That's I know that's not. I don't want to say it's not a popular opinion. I think there's plenty of people that agree with me. Like, yeah, if they cheat, they out. But I also know that I live in the real world. And I've done it, like I said, I did it myself. But I know people take people back. And then especially in marriage, because of that whole, I'm not being dismissive of that whole vows and everything else. But I feel like that's in the bylines. I'm not with that. But
I know some successful marriages, brother, where they've cheated, but they've stayed together and they're happy.
I don't believe that marriage was successful by definition. Okay. You know what I mean? Okay. I'm not saying that it didn't work out in the end, but I just can't measure it successful if that happened.
I see what you're saying.
And that's me. I want to be perfectly clear. I feel like the same, that I know people who have come back from that and they appear to be happy now. You know what I
Right.
mean? And I'm not saying don't, if you do what you want to do and what you feel is right in your heart and soul. I am not
Right.
casting judgment on anybody. I know how easy it is on the outside looking in. You know what I'm saying? If you want to take somebody back, okay. So let's say that we are there. How long? Like, is there a time frame? Like,
I don't think you, as the person who got cheated on, I always, one of my favorite sayings is, you can't stab somebody and get mad when they come back and shoot you. Right? If I stab you, I don't get to choose
okay, I'm
what
following along now.
what your reaction is gonna be to that. Right? Same
Right.
thing with cheating. I see both sides of the coins. I feel like if I take you back, if I'm the one that's being cheated on, I should not hold it over your head every day, because your marriage, your relationship is never going to be able to move forward.
All right, serious question, right? So maybe this needed to be the, when we didn't watch it, the rest of it, to be fair, but
Right.
maybe this needed to be the follow-up question. So there is a period of time after it's happened that you take some, that you are in the, for lack of a better word, negotiation phase
Right.
of taking the person back, right? Or not letting them leave, like the freak, like I'm not gonna let, like it doesn't have to be over, like,
Right.
because
Right.
sometimes people leave and then they take them back, or sometimes people don't leave and they're just like, we can work through this, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there is a period right when that happens. Like, I get what you're saying. Like, I think the question should be, at what point do you have to be like, okay, I've taken them back, and now I got the, like, I got to be okay with, I can't bring it up anymore, because I do feel like there's a, now, and this window is probably different for everybody. There is a
Mm-hmm.
time frame where we gonna talk about it,
Right.
and that's not necessarily, how long is that before it becomes, now you're holding it over my head. Maybe that's the
Oh,
question
that's
there,
yeah, that's a better question.
because 2 or 3 days later, I still may need to be like, yo, because you,
Oh
and
yeah, yeah.
I don't do this, but was he better than me? Was he better in bed than I was?
Right.
Like,
Right.
where did y'all go? Like,
But I
how
think
many
I think
times?
one of the things you hit the nail on the head with is that negotiation process is part of the healing process.
Right. So
I
how long
mean,
can, is there a time limit on that?
no, because everyone heals differently. Everyone, something may happen to me that I'm like, I don't care about that tomorrow. And to you, 5 years later, you like, that shit still hurts my heart.
So, okay. So how about this? Now, I'm not defending the cheaters, but on the cheater side here in this aspect, how long, I know you got to be like, however long it takes for you to heal, however long it takes for you to heal. If you need to talk about it every day for 3 months before we're like, okay, we good. But how long is it? How long before the person who cheated doesn't look like an asshole if they're like, look, this has been dragged on too long, I can't deal with it no more? Or is
I'm,
there
I'm
never
gonna
a
say
point?
something. I'm gonna say something really, really, really real right now.
Okay.
You're never not gonna look. You're never not going to be able to be looked at as an asshole once you cheat. Never.
I don't disagree with you, right? But I do feel like there's a point, right? Everybody tries to ship us, right? But let's, like, say it happened, right? And I cheated, and we dealing with it, and we talk about it damn near every day. And I'm like, I just want to work it out, Tiff. Like, I just want to work. And you're like, I want to too, but I need to know that, like, I'm hurt. You can't put, I'm not gonna put a time frame on it. But then, like, 2, 3 months later, I know
You
you.
like, she won't shut up.
Like, yo, I don't even remember what the pussy feel like at this point. Like, I don't even know.
Oh, I don't know.
Ladies, and I'm not speaking from experience because I ain't ever cheated, but I'm just saying,
Right.
like,
But I
I
think
feel
that's
like
a good reason. I mean, a reason for people to understand, like when you cheat, there's so many facets to it, right? There's so many levels to the healing process. And depending on your partner, it could take a very, very long time. In my situation, we were living together. I never kicked him out the house. I never, like, so we were working through it in
right.
negotiations and being all still while living under the same roof.
So, because I feel like while I never condone, I don't give a pass on cheating. I feel like that if one of my homeboys, or if you Tiff, like if you came to me, I don't want to say you. I don't want to put the prettiest as the pretty. I don't want nobody looking at Tiff in a different light. But one of my homegirls came to me, or one of my homeboys came to me and was like, I just can't take it with so-and-so no more. Like,
Right.
yo, what happened? What happened? I ain't even told you this, but like 6 months ago, I slept with somebody else. Right?
Okay.
And then I hit him with the what? Like, come on. Like, I'm gonna give him the disappointment face.
Right,
But they still my people though, right? So I'm like, dang. So like what happened? Like, yeah, they agreed to stay with me. Whether it's the dude or the chick, they agreed to stay with me. And it's been 6 months, but like every couple of days, like we get into it again over it. I ain't cheated since.
But see, I don't see, and that's the key. And I'm sorry to interrupt you because this is important. That's the key. The negotiation process is over once you commit to staying with that person. So you should never say, now you can say, I want to try to work it out, right? But once you make that commitment to stay.
Ain't that it though?
What do you mean?
I get what you're saying. So like, if we cheat and I'm like, I'm packing my shit and I'm leaving, right? And she's like, no, don't go. And we stay and we argue all night. Cause y'all know that's how it go, right? We argue all night.
Oh, it's definitely gonna be all night.
Right. And I'm like, and she's like, just unpack your bag, stay, don't leave. I'll sleep on the couch or whatever. Like, let's talk about it some more tomorrow. And you're like, all right, whatever. It's 2 a.m, it's 3 a.m, whatever. Get up next morning and you're like, and they're like, and she's like, yo, whatever I gotta do, like you know how it go, right?
Right.
Like, just don't leave. Let's try to figure this out. All right, I gotta go to work, but all right, we can try and figure it out. You are decided not to leave at that point.
No, but you're saying we're gonna try to work it out. So we're gonna see what we can do to see if it can be worked out. Because
okay, so now that process,
when people,
how long should that last?
You can't put
so
a time frame on it.
Right. So now here we are. She's like, it's 6 months, or my guy or girlfriend is like, it's been 6 months, and I give them every answer they want, but every couple of days we gotta hash it out again, like, and they still don't know if they want. Like, I feel like at that point I'm gonna be like, bro, sis, like, you can only, like, even you fucked up for cheating, but it's been 6 months. They gotta make a decision.
Well, just like the girl said on the podcast on the panel, she said people do not understand what cheating does to the other person.
True.
And
I can attest to that.
I'm gonna share a quick story, right? So prior to living in North Carolina, I was living in Kansas. Okay. Prior to that, I was living in Tampa, Florida. So we moved to Kansas. My husband was in the military. Moved to Kansas. And that's where I actually had gotten married, in Kansas. Right. So we were dating for a while. Ended up deciding we were gonna be together. He proposed, yes, moved to Kansas. In Kansas for a couple of years, I caught him cheating on me several times in Kansas after we got married. Okay. We moved to North Carolina. Now we drove from Kansas to North Carolina,
Right.
which was all of about a 26.5-hour drive or something crazy. So we, the kids asleep most of the time. They like, we just sleeping during this trip unless we got to eat or use the bathroom. So he and I were able to really talk,
Okay.
and have conversations and things like that. And we made a commitment to each other that once we got to North Carolina, I was going to make a commitment to be a little bit more supportive because he felt like I wasn't supportive enough. And he had his reasons as to why, whatever. And he was going to make a commitment to not cheat on me because his thing was he felt like he was cheating on me because he wasn't getting the support from me that he needed. Now, I fell for that shit, even though I knew it was a bunch of dog shit, because it was dog shit. But, okay, fine, right? We get to North Carolina. The day we get to North Carolina, we had a U-Haul. Okay. He was like, yo, I'm going to go take the U-Haul back. And I had never been to Fayetteville, North Carolina a day in my life.
Had he?
No.
Okay.
Okay. Not that I'm aware of. So we get to Fayetteville, North Carolina. We get to the house. I'm so happy with the house. I'm like, oh, it's beautiful. We walk in that mug. I'm like, oh my God.
Okay.
It wasn't, but it was, I don't like a dirty house. It was just not clean. So I'm like, listen, I'm about to get the bleach. Take me to the Walmart. We found a Walmart, whatever. Before I knew it, 4 hours had passed by. He wasn't home yet. Right? Now I'm in there, music playing, cleaning, the little stuff that we did have. I'm telling the kids, put this, da-da-da. So time is going by.
Was he airborne?
No.
Okay. I was just trying to make sure that he hadn't been to Fayetteville.
No, he wasn't airborne. He was infantry. But anyway, so I'm like, dang, he gone. It's been, me in a minute. Now, mind you, I've never been to Fayetteville, so I'm like, I don't know where this shit is at. You know what I'm saying?
And it's day
one.
I
didn't know how big, small, little Fayetteville, nothing. So I'm like, well, maybe it's a bigger city than what I thought, and there's traffic or some shit, So of course I call him, hey, babe, you okay? You good? Oh yeah, I'm good. I got lost. I got turned around. I ended up finding, where I needed to go. I'm here now. I'm returning the shit. Okay. Fast forward 10 years from that, he finally comes out in the midst of me. That day, he was with another woman.
Day one.
So I'm saying that to bring it back to sometimes when you cheat on a person, that shit can break you down to the lowest form of themselves.
Facts.
Like, and so then for you to turn around and tell that person, as bad as you felt,
you got 3 months.
Fuck over it. When I say get over it, is another slap in their face.
Right.
So the message is, if you're gonna cheat, make sure that you're willing to walk through the fire that you are going to have to walk through to make that relationship work, whether it's a marriage or a girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever.
Right. And I think that's the thing, right? I think you gotta, where the communication come in, like, listen, it's tough though, right? Like, if you the cheater, are you allowed to say things like I want to work on it, but I'm not, you can't a year from now be bringing it up.
Well, I mean, I just think that for me, the reason why I say that has nothing to do with the other person when I say don't hold it over their head. And the reason that I say that is because you truly are never going to be able to move forward if you're always holding something over someone's head.
Right.
If I said to you every time, I don't want to do this damn podcast because every time I talk, you interrupt me. Right? Are we ever going to move forward?
Right.
No, because we're always going to be focused on the interruption.
Right.
Okay, not what can we do to, when that happens, to work through, which, please, y'all, I do not care. But I'm just saying, I'm giving an example. So, yeah.
But can the person, see, because even though I think, I don't know, like, even though I think they wrong, I still think at a certain point, you don't have to take like I think everybody limits different, right? Because
Yeah.
again, I ain't never been there. I'm just thinking, and maybe it's not 2 or 3 months because I definitely don't. I've been broken down, like you said, and I wasn't over it in 2 or 3 months. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? But I don't think it's unfair, even for the person that's cheated. That's like at a certain point we have to decide, like to even if it's just to say this to the person, like, look, it's been 6 months. We talk about this every other day. At this point, the last 3 or 4 months, nothing I've said has changed. Like, we've got to decide if we are going to be able to move forward or not. Like, I don't think that's
Oh yeah,
unfair.
no, I agree with that. There needs to be a conversation. If the needle is not moving, right, then we
Right.
need to let it go.
Like,
No,
because
you're
I feel like if
absolutely
you,
right.
I feel like after, and again, like, what's that time frame? Like, I don't know what it is. Like, if after 3 or 4 months, we just having the same conversations, like, you obviously ain't over it. Am I the asshole to be like, listen, we can't just keep having the same conversation. Either you want for, because it sounds assholish to me trying to say it as maybe the person that cheated, right? Like Tiff, you just like, what's going on? Like, you asked me the
Well, no,
same
it's
question.
not, because also you have to think about if that person is bringing it up every other day, they're reliving that shit every other day. That person that got cheated on has to find a way to heal for themselves, not
Right.
even
So,
for the marriage.
but is it okay for the person that cheated to be trying to tell them that?
Well, no, that's when you go to a counselor and you let the counselor tell them that.
Hey, that's a good
Because you
point.
might get killed if you
You got,
try that shit.
you got it.
Like, I just need you to move on for your Nick.
You
Yeah,
was
that
over there,
might.
ass out, face down. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Nah, you're right. You got to get a third.
But to put
That's the
two
question.
holes in you.
If you are feeling, if you are the cheater, and you are feeling like this has been taking too long, you got to
Yeah.
suggest therapy or talking to your pastor.
Yeah.
Because I agree. I
I went to
think
therapy, and the therapist told me, ma'am, I'm not supposed to say this, but you need to leave him alone.
with him sitting there,
No, he had
oh,
stormed out the room for the 5th time during the session.
right. But that's what I'm saying, right? A
Like, he's
therapist or
unstable.
right, a therapist or, and I only bring up pastor like
Yeah.
because there's a lot of people that's who they rely on, right? Or a
Yeah.
preacher, whatever. They will be like, Tiff, it's been 7 months. You either got to accept that it happened and start rebuilding y'all's relationship, or not.
Yeah. And they
And
will.
then
They
you
will say
not,
that.
and then you as the cheater is not the one. You
Saying it.
like you sitting back like what he said.
Right. No, and the good thing about those persons, right, pastors and counselors, they will give you assignments as couples to
Right.
do. And I remember when I went into counseling, the first thing she asked me, she said, out of 100, from 0 to 100%, how much are you in this marriage still? And I think he was like 90, and she was like, you, and I was like 5. She was like, well, we might not even want to start, because if you telling me you 5% in, I can't get you to 100. Like, she was like, that's too much of a, you know what
Right.
I'm saying?
That's
And
too
I was
much of a
like,
gap to close.
right. She was like, I'm never gonna be able to help y'all with that. She was like, you might as well just end the marriage now.
That's
And
real
then
though.
she was real about it, and then it made me sad. And I was like, well, okay, maybe not 5, maybe like 40. But to be honest, and listen, this is between us and my Love and Flaws family. Part of me wanted to put him through what he put me through.
Right.
So that was why I was like, oh, wait, no, maybe not 5. Because I really was done with the motherfucking marriage at the end of the day. Excuse my language. I really was. I was done with it. But I wanted to kind of put the knife in him and turn it a little bit.
Yeah, boy.
And I had this whole plan. So I was like,
A
oh,
woman's
no. Yeah.
a woman's vengeful. Woo.
A scorned woman. I would
Well, I
never
say,
do that nowadays. That I wouldn't go that far. I wouldn't. I would still get my lick back a little bit, but not like that. Because I was fat. I was foul. I might get a little
She
bit
gonna get a
of
lick.
back, but
She gonna get a lick back for sure.
I
That's for
might.
sure.
Brother, you can't tell all my damn secrets now.
You telling on yourself. I ain't said nothing.
You like, I'm like, well, might not do that. You like, no, she gonna get a lick back.
I was just confirming what you were saying is all. You know what I'm saying?
But yeah, I mean, I think that's the thing with cheating. You're gambling. You're gambling. Yeah. Is it really worth possibly losing everything that you have?
Oh yeah. But so and like you said, we didn't watch it, but that I think you hit the nail on that. I don't think, and we'll wrap it up with this here. For those who are interested, and for those who want validation, if you have been the cheated on person, there is no time frame for you to get over it. I do believe there has to come a point where you can't keep holding it over their head, or like you have to either accept that it happened and we're moving forward, or decide not to be in a relationship. You as the cheater can't be the person to tell them that though. It don't matter if it's been 2 years. So what you got to do is get their best friend to tell them that, or the pastor, or
their mama,
the counselor, their mama, and then you can co-sign. But you can't be the one to be like, listen, we can't keep going through this. You gotta be over it at some point. You cannot be the person to say that.
Facts.
Initially.
You're gonna be on Snap.
Right. And I know that sounds like we defending the cheater. Again, you as the person that's been cheated on, there's no time frame for you fixing and healing from that.
Yeah.
But you can't, I guess you can, but you can't drag somebody on for 6-7 months, a year, just because you was right, because you were wrong, more so in this case.
Right.
Like, you got to decide at a certain point. That doesn't mean you have to be completely healed from it, I don't think, right? But you got to have been able to make the decision, even though this shit hurts. Even though this shit hurts, I don't want to be without them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm okay, we're going to bring it up, and now you got to stop bringing it up. That still does not mean that if 6 months later you feel like I ain't over it,
right?
You can't create a new fight. You got to leave though.
Yeah.
Like if you like if y'all been not talking about it, trying, we picking up the kids, we cool, we doodle, and it just still never sat right with you, and you wake up in the middle of the night like
ready to kill them.
You know what I'm saying? You just got to leave. You can't rehash it though. You just got to go, because you're just not gonna. You can't get over it. You know.
You gotta let it go for not even for them at that point. Honestly, for you. Yeah.
Because your energy levels is gonna be tainted and off
all the time.
The whole time.
Yeah,
so you're allowed to have your morning self-healing period. But again, cheaters though, that ain't your place. That's not your place to be like, I need you to be over it by now. Right. Like, I need you. It's bad. And please don't be one of them. Oh, I've been through that. I've been through that with people who've done other things wrong. Like, I'm zero tolerance on the cheating thing, but I've been through that with people who are like not even just in relationships, but just like and not in like romantic relationships, all kind of relationships, right? Where the other person has done something fucked up, and you just like, you distance yourself or you whatever, and they like, how long are you gonna be mad? Nigga, you don't get to say how long am I gonna be mad. You know what I mean? Like, you don't get to be.
Listen, at the end of the day, every action has a reaction. Every action has a reaction.
Yeah, and you got to know, if you cheat on somebody, they may never get over it. And and you either gonna have to suck it up, kiss their ass for the rest of your life, or decide, I can't deal with it either then.
Right.
And like you said, you gonna be the asshole either way. It don't matter if it was a year later. Because nobody's gonna look at you and be like, I don't care how close we are. Like, I cheated on him last year and he's never gotten over it, so I gotta go. Oh, okay.
right.
All right,
Exactly.
do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying?
You're gonna be the asshole.
Nobody co-signing that. Not co-signing that.
Exactly.
Like, don't you think, Sen? It's been a year. Did you cheated on him? Yeah. My mama told me if I can't say nothing nice,
don't say nothing at all.
I need another drink. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right? Can I get my wine refill?
Like you don't think I'm wrong. Like, don't ask questions you really don't want the answer to.
You really want the answer to that,
right? I still love you. You my people.
Right.
But like, do better. Do better.
Facts. That's facts.
Don't cheat, people. Just don't cheat. Don't cheat. That really is. But anyways, I'm your man, Carolina Sen. I think I did better this episode, y'all. Y'all let me know.
You
huh?
did. I'm so
like we got
proud of you, brother.
Thank you. This is the absolute most prettiest Tiff, the Love and Flaws podcast. We love y'all.
Follow, subscribe.